Hi, I'm Josh.
And I'm Vitas.
We're here with Teachers or Tutor, and we're going to help you with your math vocabulary. And remember, you're going to have to print out this worksheet. It should sort of look like this. Okay, so the first thing is, we already give you the definition. We've got 3 columns for your notes, and the first term is the answer to an addition problem. Do you know what that is? That's right. It's called the sum. It should be called the all, in my opinion, but it's called the sum. Okay, so when you got 2 plus 3, those are the add-ins, I think, which is not a term on the SSAT or ISEE, but the 5 is the sum. Okay, what does it mean to be prime? Vitas, what does it mean for a prime number?
Well, prime means that it's only divisible by itself and 1. So an example of a prime number would also be 5.
5.
No other number goes into that. Not 2, not 3, not 2017.
Okay. So it's a number that only has 2 factors. It has 2 factors, no more, no less. Okay, so now, is 1 prime? Well, the only factors of 1 are 1 times 1. And so, put a 2 there because 2 is prime. 2 is prime. 5, comma,
and
2.
2 is the lowest prime.
That's the lowest
That's
prime.
very
1's not
commonly
prime.
tested. Be aware of that.
Right, and 0 is not prime either.
Right.
1 and 0 are like the special numbers, but everything is prime or the opposite of prime, which we'll get to.
And 2 is the only even prime.
That's the only one. Once you get
Also
to
a
4,
fun fact.
Once you get to 4, it's divisible by
No,
2.
every single one.
Okay, multiple. I like to use this one is counting by. All right, counting by. Okay. Vitas, count by 2s.
2, 4, 6, 8,
Who do
10,
we appreciate?
12,
Josh,
14,
Josh. Okay.
24,
All right.
Josh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, all right. Count by 3s.
3, 6, 9, 12,
The monkey
15,
drank wine.
18,
Okay.
21.
So
Okay.
it's just counting by, right? Counting by 5s. Okay. Do you want to have a competition? We'll count by. You see, 2, 4, 6, 8 are the multiples of 2. It's just like counting by 1 times 2, 2 times 4, 2 times 2 is 4, so on and so forth.
Right.
Okay.
So you're
Ready?
expanding this example, expanding, getting bigger.
All right. We're gonna do multiples of 5 to 100. It's a race. Go.
5, 10, 15, 20,
5, 10, 15, 20,
25,
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 95, 100. He skipped. Cheater. Okay.
Maybe one.
You got to concentrate on what you're saying. I have more practice than you. All right. Consecutive means in a row.
In a row.
Okay. Consecutive means in a row.
In a row.
So if I'm touching my fingers, I can't go from here to here because I skipped that one. So I'd have to go in order or like that. So what the test will do is they'll give you like name 3 odd consecutive negative numbers. All right, go.
Yep. -1, -2, -3.
Right, and so you get to skip the evens because they're not in a row, but they're not odd, and they'll give you like 3 definitions. So this is not the vocabulary section, but vocab, math, these are definitely words you should study. All right, what is composite, Vitas?
So composite is the opposite of prime.
Opposite of
It's
prime.
consisted of prime numbers. So if you take the lowest prime number, which is 2, and combine it with the next one, 3, you still get a prime number. But general composite numbers are 4, 10, composed of 2 5s.
9.
9 is also.
Right.
So it's anything that has more, that is not just divisible by 2 factors.
Right. It's got 3 or more factors.
So greater than 3 factors. That's what a composite number is.
Let's skip down to factor here.
Okay.
All right. What is a factor?
So a factor is the opposite of a multiple. So if in multiples you're expanding and going 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, factors you're going backwards from 20. You branch into 5 into 4, and then into the 4 branches into 2 and 2. So those are all the factors that multiply to create a number.
This is what I like to say. I say it's a number in a multiplication problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Number and multiplication.
A number so they're not called add-ins, they're called factors, right? So put 4 times 5 equals 20.
Multiplication problem. Factors.
Don't write on my hair.
Okay.
Oh, no, here, let's do this.
Better?
Pardon me. So what we're going to do is we're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
go 4 times 5 equals 20, which
That's
means
better. That's much
20.
better, actually.
20 is composite because 1 times 20 also equals, right? And 10 times 2. But these are the factors. Those are 2 of the factors of 20. So I always like to say like this. Factor times a factor equals a what? A product.
Equals a product.
Equals a product, okay? We've got product on here somewhere.
Right.
Okay, let's go back up to distinctive. Okay, distinct numbers. Distinct numbers rather, are different numbers. They're unique numbers. They're different. Okay? So is 9 prime or is it composite?
9 is composite
Why?
because it has at least 3 factors.
Right, it has 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. But how many distinct factors does it have? 3 and 3 are the same number, so it only has 1, 3, and 9. So it needs
3
to be a
total.
different number. And they'll say, like, add up the distinct factors of 9, and then the wrong answer will be like plus 3 because you counted it twice by mistake.
Exactly right.
Okay? What is the answer to a division problem?
Answer to a division problem.
What's it called?
So we have a quotient.
Quotient. All right,
Right?
write it.
That's a term.
Write it, okay? So when 20 is divided by 4, 5 is the quotient. But when 20 is divided by 4, 5 is the quotient. It's the answer to a division problem, okay? So if you don't know what a quotient is, you better be using division there, okay? For distinct numbers, put 1, 2, 3, but not the second 3. Cross it out. Awesome.
Right.
3 is the same number as 3. Okay. Answer to a subtraction problem.
Right. So that's the what's it called, Josh?
The difference.
The difference.
What's the difference between an elephant and a basket of eggs? Do you know?
I don't know. Sounds like
Well,
maybe
then,
a little
then
something.
remind me not to send you for a basket of eggs. You might come back with an elephant. Okay. All right. So the
never
answer, I don't know, what is it? 8 minus 2. I think it's 6, right? Let me get my calculator out. So the 6, circle the 6, that's the difference
That's
between
difference.
8 and a 2. Also, an 8 is more like a snowman than a 2. That's also the difference. Okay.
Yes.
Those are the factors. Good. Integer.
Symmetrical snowman.
That looks like my golf score, a snowman. Okay. On each hole. Integers. Integers, I like when the kids say integer. Okay, integers are just like regular counting numbers. Okay, anything on a number line is a regular counting number. Like 1 and 2, and also 0 and -1 and -2 are regular counting numbers. Okay, so what you thought were whole numbers are really just integers. Okay, negative is included 0 and 1 and all the rest of the numbers that have no decimal and no fraction. Once you have a decimal or a fraction, it can't be an integer. Okay, the answer to multiplication problem we already covered. It starts with a P.
It is called a product.
Product. Okay. And I like that. It's like the Industrial Revolution. You get some people together and they multiply their efforts and they end up with a product, and then they can sell it. through
Product of 20.
capitalism. Okay, the product is the 20. The 4 and the 5, remember, are the factors. Okay, now a whole number has got to be whole except for 0 for some reason. It's all the integers that are positive plus 0. So it's like the regular counting numbers, but they can't be negative because then you'd be in the hole. Okay, all positive integers plus 0. 0 is not very whole, but for some reason they count it. If it's negative, then it can't be a whole number. If it's got a decimal or a fraction, it can't be a whole number or an integer. Okay, digits. I got 10 digits. How many digits you got?
5.
5? Oh man, that's too bad. You can't do a
Happens.
two-handed test. All right, digits are just like the numbers. I don't know. 213 has 3 digits, but there's only 10 possible. Some people think 9, but of course there's 0 and 1 through 9 are the possible digits for each of those places. So what's a digit? It's
Digit is a number of 0 through 9. That's
yeah,
a digit.
Yeah, there's 10
right?
different digits,
So-
and they go in different places that we'll learn about. Okay. Spelling is not my strong point, and handwriting is neither of ours, especially using this tablet. But
Sorry
reciprocal.
about that.
How do you spell reciprocal correctly? Because I did not do it.
So first half is correct, And we're going to scratch that half, put in a lot of red, okay? Just like a good teacher would. And
Reminds me of my school days, right?
ROCAL.
Reciprocal.
Reciprocal.
Okay.
Reciprocal.
So draw a fraction, and just a reciprocal. Just draw any fraction for me.
Okay.
4/5. Okay. The reciprocal is just you switch the numerator and the denominator. You just switch them, and so the reciprocal of that is 5/4, or 1 1/4. Okay. So it's just a flipped fraction.
Flipped fraction.
Yeah.
We're just going to
Well, we
reverse
flipped
the
it because it was
example.
a reciprocal.
Reciprocal, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
right, reciprocal. No, we flipped it. Like the example.
We
on
don't
the other
teach for the
side.
spelling bee. We don't.
No. We can find you someone that does. Awesome. So, which words do you have to study for these tests? Well, in math, you've got to know your vocabulary. All right, if you were to go sailing, you'd have to know the terminology for the sailboat. Okay, the bow, the stern, the starboard. But for math, you've got to know what the quotient is and what a factor is. Otherwise, it's not your math skills that's going to get it wrong. It's your vocabulary skills. So study this list and add anything to it that you need.
Convert math to numbers and solve problems.
That's right.
That's the way.
Okay, words equal numbers or functions. There's only basically 4 things you can do in math: add, subtract, multiply, and divide, and then just tricky ways to do the rest.
Absolutely.
Good luck.